and welcome to the fourth take of the intro of the KnitzNTales podcast. My name is Amy. I live in a small town in eastern Washington with my fiance Dawn, my 4 kids, my cat, and my dog. How are you guys? We've been doing good. It's been really cold. I was kind of hoping for some more snow. We didn't get it. But some of my friends in the Midwest got it a lot, and it's not fair. You know who you are, Amber, Brad. Anyway, so like I said, it's been like the 5th take. Things kind of got hectic, crazy. So let's start with what I'm wearing. I'm never gonna be able to get this back on, so I'm probably just gonna toss it. But it's one of my favorites. This is the Pembroke. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I love how it pooled. This part right here reminds me of like an agate or something. I love it. This was a gift. This yarn was a gift from my favorite friend Sue in Australia. It's blue-ringed octopus. I know that's the colorway, and I cannot remember. Humble Acres, maybe, possibly. Yeah. But anyway, it's a perfect pattern for that one skein that you just absolutely love, but you don't want to make socks, or it doesn't have the right fiber content for socks. Super cozy, I mean, it's easy to wear. I mess with it too much. I'm too anal about it, but yep. So that's this. I absolutely love it. It was my very first shawl, and it's one of my favorites. So I figured I'd wear it today. Oh, I need to already stop for a drink. This last one was the Hot Mess Express. What is this one gonna bring us? Probably the same thing, because, well, that's just who I am. Okay, let's start. Okay, finished objects. I have 2. This is my big bag with all my washcloth material in it. So that's, well, not material, but yarn. I just keep the washcloth and the yarn, and well, maybe I should have done this. Haha, I found it. I actually finished 2 washcloths, but I gave the one that I made to my mom already. And I made hers out of this. It is Harvest Hues. I love this cotton. And then I made one out of denim for me. I use the grandma's other favorite washcloth pattern, and I have a fixed size 8 16-inch needle in here, and for my mom I do 40 stitches, and then for me I do 45 because I like them a little bigger than she does. And then vanilla socks. The colorway is Vegas Baby in Felici by KnitPicks. And I don't know if you remember, but last time they were just a little, like two rows off. I was not happy about that. But last time I was all excited because the heel broke perfectly, and it did it on both. So I thought that was pretty cool. They have been worn, they have been washed, but I just want to show them. Kind of looks like I've got a little, and I can't decide if that's where I sewed it. I'm gonna have to look into that, because I think this might just be an end that when I sewed up the hole. I really need to, I should have taken my nail polish off. Oops. Sorry. So, anyway, vanilla sock. I do think that I absolutely love the Fish Kiss Lips heel, and that will probably be my heel for a while. It fits great. It's the best fitting heel that I have found. So I think I'm going to stick with that one for a little while, and it's super easy to memorize. I have always, when I first started knitting, I wanted to learn to knit socks. Like, that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to start knitting. And I always found it fascinating and mind-blowing that someone could pick up a pair of needles and a ball of yarn and knit a sock without even looking at a pattern. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. So I think I'm going to be able to do that with the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that going for a while. So those are my finished objects. On to whips. Let's start with this in my Cool Chiefs bag. I love this bag. It used to have, like, you can kind of see a little bit right here, but it kept coming off, so I just took it off. I love this bag. My friend Tracy from Missouri actually sent this to me. So you will remember this. Oh, at least I know that I weave my ends in well, because I'm having a hard time taking it out. I got all the way to where the lace was supposed to be and realized it is very, very small. And I couldn't figure out why it was so small until I looked at the needles. And my idiotic self used a size 5 instead of a size 7, so it was super small. So I ripped it back. The reason this isn't ripped out is because, well, I'm having a hard time with how well I wove my ends in. So this is just chilling for if I need it for the next, what I decide to cast on. I decided that I was over the girl from the grocery store. It was irritating me. So I cast on Spring Blossoms, I think. And it's a really pretty pattern. It's very simple. It's garter, and it's got the, like, yarn over lace portion, and then it's supposed to use 3 colors, but I'm just going to kind of go with the colors I have and go until I run out. I have not decided if I'm going to put the lace in yet, or if I'm just going to do entire garter all the way through. But I think I'll probably end up doing the lace because it looks really cool. So again, I'm doing that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this, with the pink, and then when I get to the lace, I'm gonna do the lace in the orange, and then I'll move on to green, and then do the other lace in the blue, and then I'll go to purple, and then I'll finish it off with the multicolor, or this one right here. So hopefully I can get it done before the show long. I can never say that. Thanks, Kristen. Maddie, come on now. I can't even say the cowl. The cow, not cowl. But speaking of cowls, I cast on another project. Let me find it. I've gotten very far. If you can't see, I've gotten incredibly far. I am using size 6 on my high-highs on a 16-inch. I'm using my cute little Starbucks stitch marker. I love that thing. I have 3 of them. My friend Hope gave them to me in Christmas Advent. I originally started the Macy cowl with this yarn. It is Hobby Lobby Baby Lulu in the colorway flannel, and it's super soft, super fuzzy, and I loved the way the inside felt, the garter part felt, because I had probably two inches knit, and like I said, I was going to do the Macy cowl, but I liked how the inside felt so much that I decided to rip back, just cast on 95 stitches and knit for maybe 10 and a half, 11 inches. And so I'm not even going to do ribbing or anything. I want the rolled edges on each side, so you can just like plop it on super easy. You don't have to mess with it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's a really simple knit. It's just knitting in the round, and that's pretty much my favorite way to knit. And I have to have this done shortly. So this is probably gonna, I figure if I work on this today and tomorrow, I'll probably have it done. It's not that many stitches, it's the DK weight, and it's in the round. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like knitting in the round goes so much faster. Like knitting on 16-inch circulars is by far my favorite. I love making socks, and I'm getting used to the ChiaoGoo 9-inch needles, but it's still not comfortable. They're too small. I do enjoy them, and I will get used to them. I'm just not used to them yet. So I'm gonna put this down because I could just sit here and talk to you and knit on this. The yarn is so soft. I've contemplated maybe making a pair of DK fuzzy socks with this. I just almost feel that it would be, because I really want to make fuzzy socks. And I don't have any mohair, so I can't just like go make it. And this is really fuzzy, but I'm almost afraid it would make my feet too hot because, well, it's not wool for one, and it's super warm. Like I can't work on it for too long because my hands start to get hot. I'll have to like put it down. And then my daughter, she's an artist. She actually is the one that drew my KnitzNTales logo. And it was so funny. My mom goes, Kennedy, why is there a rock in the refrigerator? She goes, well, it's mine. Why is there a rock in the refrigerator? When my hands get hot, I hold the rock and it's cold from the refrigerator. And that actually works. I'm like, hey, you're smart. You're a smart kid. So I might have to put a rock in the refrigerator so that I can get that done, because it needs to be done before Saturday, which I'm sure it will be. It won't be a big deal. I'll definitely get it done by Saturday. But I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make another one because I already love it and I'm not making it for me. So I feel like I may need to make another one, but I might not want to because of future plans, because I'm torn about something, and we'll talk about that when we get into acquisitions. I am very torn by it and I don't know what to do, but we'll deal with that when it comes to acquisitions. Other work in progress. Oh, yep. We has a sock. I am knitting these on a US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. That's actually what works best for Dawn's foot. So these are for Dawn. It is the colorway Zen Knit Picks Felici. Just a normal vanilla sock. One of these days I told him, every time I joke, I'm like, I'm going to make you a hot pink pair of socks. I'm going to make you a pair of hot pink socks or purple socks or like totally not guy color socks. He's like, I'll wear them. I'll wear them. I don't need to, no one needs to see my feet. So I may just do that to be a smart aleck one day, because, you know, it's what I do. Not really much more to say about these. I really do love the colors, and I'm kind of glad. I've decided I'm a very selfish knitter, or after Christmas I tend to be very selfish. I'm like, no, I don't want to knit for anybody. I'm knitting for me. And had I cast these on with a US one, I may have been like, but I can't, because they won't fit me. I mean, they will, but they don't fit as well. So there's those. like I said, not much to say about them. And then this bag is a bag that Ryan had. It's not the, it's a really good bag for socks, because it's just so little and it's got little dogs on it. It was a bag that Ryan had. I think, yeah, there's like some stains on it, but he gave it to me for Christmas, so I have to use it, and I love it. And then let's see, oh, another sock, my birthday socks. I was gonna make this string of hearts for my birthday socks. I decided against that because I don't know about you guys, but how do I want to put this? I didn't have the head space for the string of heart socks. I can do cables. I don't have a problem with cables, but there was more than just one, and I had to there's more than one cable, like crossing two, like you had to cross different ways, and I knew that was going to happen, but the more I read the pattern, I was like, I don't have the headspace for this right now. So I will make the string of heart socks. I have the pattern. I love them. I think they're beautiful, but not today. Not this time. So I'm using the same yarn that I was going to my Hearts sock set from Bucks and Cat Knits, and it's got a little like faux cable on either side. And then I'm doing the fish kiss lips heel. And I'm on the heel, obviously. It went pretty fast. A lot of people ask about my stitch markers. What I do with these is, and they were a total game changer, and I've talked about it before, but every time, I mean, yeah, there's a lot on here, but it's a 4-row repeat. So when I'm done with the repeat, when I start the next repeat, that's when I put the stitch marker. So I know, okay, count from the stitch marker. My stitch marker's here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay, I'm starting row 1. So, you know, with Sam and kids and everything, sometimes I have to put my knitting down, and I want to do something other than just a vanilla. But keeping track of the pattern, it's kind of hard sometimes. So that's what the stitch markers are for. And I have started putting little stitch marker or progress keepers at the beginning of the week on all my projects, just to see not only like what I'm gravitating toward and what's getting more work, but just because it's like, okay, I haven't gotten a lot of work done this week on this, so I'm gonna pick this up and push through. So it gives me a little more motivation. And I've been really stuck on one specific project, and I will show that to you at the end. And there's a reason I'm stuck on that project. So those are my string of heart socks. I need them done by the 19th of this month, because my birthday's the 20th. So I want to wear them on my birthday, because they're birthday socks. Okay, and then my sweater. It got a little bit of love. I worked on it during the football game. No, I do not want to talk about the football game, because my team did not win and we played horribly. Well, we didn't play horribly. There were some really bad judgment calls made, but this is not about that. So, like last time, I still have the sleeves done, and I'm working on the body. And this is where I was last time. This is where I was when I started it, when I watched the game, and then this is where I am. So, oh, I still have a way to go, a ways to go. I have to knit until 19 or 20 inches and then starting the cable. So I still have a ways to go, but it's, I love the simplicity of it, and yes, it's knitting in the round. But it takes, I think I timed myself, and I think it takes me like 8 minutes to do a whole round, and I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get this done. Never, ever gonna get this done. But, you know, I'll get it done, and I don't know why I'm knitting on it, because when I pick up one of my projects, I just want to knit. I think I am gonna keep the cowl out so that when it comes time for the tails part of the episode, I have something to knit on, because I do have a story for you guys today. And it's not a cool story. It's a personal story, so it's not. I really would like some more stories from other people, because I love telling stories. So if you have a story, let me know, or you know of a story, let me know, because I miss telling stories on the channel. I only did it once or twice, and I did it last episode, but it was also like a personal story. Well, where I love sharing my personal stories, I really want to broaden the stories on the channel, so they don't even have to be about knitting. Yeah, they don't have to be about knitting. They can be personal triumphs, personal sorrows. I don't know. I just like telling stories. So send me stories, peoples. Okay. And then my last whip is my jelly roll. This is what has been getting a lot of attention. There was a few days that I worked solely on this project, and then there was a few days that I would work on it in the mornings. I get up around 5:30. I try and get up around 5:30, so that I have a little bit of time before the chaos of my household sits in, or comes in. Oh, it's warm. Okay. And so I have been really, that time, I may not work on it all day, but only in the mornings I definitely get some work in on it. So where I was last time, I was right here last time. And so I did. Now someone asked me to do an up to show how I connect them. I am not going to show you how I connect the strips, because it is a paid for pattern, and that doesn't seem fair. So I'm not going to show you how to connect them, but I got that done. This is one of my favorites. Then I got these. This is where I started this morning, because I was just curious how far I could get in 30 minutes. And this is about how far I got. So, I have been having so much fun with this. I seriously could just sit and work on this and only this, but there's other things I need to work on and get done. So, I mean, I don't have to, but I need to take a little break every once in a while from it. So that's why I've been working on it exclusively in the mornings. And if I want to work on it any other time during the day, I do. Now, this is going to put us into acquisitions. Oh, my watch died. Sad. And the reason this is going to push us into acquisitions is because one of my friends, I had so much fun with the 2 advents that I did for Christmas. I was like, okay, I'm really sad that, we have to wait a whole nother year. Do you want to do like maybe a Valentine's Day swap, like 5 minis, we'll call it good, just to have something to look forward to. And I like putting together the packages. I'm drinking out of my Busy Bean cup. It's my local coffee shop. I have a yellow one and a red one, and they are my favorite cups. So my friend Katie messages me and she says, "Oh, I'm looking at your package and all the wrapping's there, and I don't want to wrap it." I'm like, dude, it's not that hard to wrap 5 minis, you know? Just throw some tissue paper in it, throw it in a package, and call it good. And she goes, about that. I was like, oh man, what is she gonna do? She goes, you have to promise not to have a heart attack, not to kill me, not to hate me. And you cannot feel guilty for this. And I did it for my friend for her birthday. You just have to remember that. Before I tell you what I did, have to remember that. And I'm like, okay, I'm remembering this. She made me a birthday countdown, birthday advent, starting February 1st to the 20th. So I was like, okay, awesome. I was so excited when she told me. I was like, yay. Because I've never gotten yarny things for my birthday. Because if you're not a knitty person, you're not a fiber loving person, it's hard. Like, yeah, you could buy them yarn, but you don't know if it's the type they use, the color they like. Like, it's unless you're a yarny person, it's very hard to buy yarn for someone. So I was super excited to have something yarny for my birthday. So I decided at the very end of January, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this last strip done so that I can put a strip on every day. Or not a full strip, but like one of the minis every day. And I told Katie my plan, and she goes, yeah, about that. Yeah, you might be thrown for a loop. Y'all, this is crazy. This girl is insane. So I got an instructions page. Like a little, it says instructions. And there was 4 packages. There was 4 packages I was supposed to give to Dawn to hide. And I did, and it was really hard because I know one of them is a full skein, and I'm like, I want to know what it is. But I love the anticipation of it. And then, so day one comes, and I get 2 mini skeins. It's like, oh, okay. 2 10-gram balls. I was like, okay. So I'll just choose one and put it in. Day 2 came. I got 2 balls again. I'm not going to show you the 2 that I got the first day because they are currently in the blanket. But I will show you the other ones, and they're all coming undone and tangled and sorry. So I got this one. I love this one. This one is really, really pretty. This one's just happy. Just makes me happy. And there's this one. This green. This pretty one right here. And they're in here. I was gonna say, what happened to today's? And then that one, and I think this one was with this one. No. Oh. These were today. So, needless to say, I'm spoiled, and every day has had candy or a goodie in it. And this is what I have to look forward to. Put that down so my address isn't showing. I still have, today's the 5th, I still have 15 days And I love it because I just started the 5 o'clock thing right before I got COVID. So it was really hard to get back into it because it hadn't turned into a habit yet. But it was pretty easy during Christmas because when I had the Advent, because I was like, okay, I'd wake up and I'd be like, ooh, I get to open a present. I get to open a present because I love presents. Presents are my love language. And that sounds very snooty, snobby, what's the word I'm looking for? It just sounds bad. It sounds like I'm greedy. And I'm not. It's actually the opposite, because to me a present is just, I mean, I've gotten a pen as a present and I loved it and I was super excited, because to me a present means someone thought about you enough to buy it or make it. And that just makes my heart happy. And I know it sounds like I need someone to think about me, and it's not that. It's I like the fact that someone thought about me and it makes me feel special. And I know some people think that's weird, but you know what? I don't care. That's just kind of how it is. So that is part of my acquisitions, and I am so excited to keep doing it. I wake up every morning and I'm like, ooh, I get a present. And so I get up and I get my coffee going, and it's really quiet in the house, and the only light on is my side table light, and I love it. It's so just chill and calm, and it's my favorite part of the day. Now, let's see. Acquisitions. I do not have much, but I did actually remember to pull out the 10-gram minis that I got for my blanket. Hello. Can I help you? I'm kind of busy. Do you want to say hi? Say hi, Morticia. Oh. Okay, lay down in my lap. You can lay down in my lap. Okay, so acquisitions. Remember when I said I'm having an issue and I don't know what I want to do. So there was this pattern that I saw and I fell in love with it, and for some reason it broke my brain and I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I finally figured it out, but I'm not sure I'm in love with it as much as I was. So this kind of is a work in progress, but I'm pretty sure that I'm just gonna rip it. So this beautifulness is a sock set that I received from Bucks and Cat Knits. So, like, it's neon. It's actually showing up pretty good, like really neon. And then this sweet little, I love the mini she chose because it's so not anything that's here. I love it. Then, oops, thanks Morticia. She dropped my ball. Can you pick that ball up for me? The little pink one that fell. It's over here.
I see it right here, actually.
Oh, yes, right there. Morticia knocked it with her tail because she's being helpful. She's helping me podcast.
Oh, all right.
Okay, now we have, and in this bag, because, like I said, I had a project in mind, and I think I have another idea to do. But we have this orange, and I'll talk about that in a minute. This prettiness. That's the main color. There's this one. this one. And these. This was her Tainted Love mini bundle. There's 13 minis. Oops. I left the oven on all night. My bad, sorry. So there was 13. Obviously, some of them are balled up, and this is what I have left. But oh my, they're so freaking pretty. I love it. And the neon. I don't wear neon, but I love them. Like these colors, just every single mini, I'm just like, oh, I need like full scans of all of them, and I need to make something with them, but I don't know what.
You need all the yarns.
I do. I need all the yarns. So I was gonna make a shawl, and I can't remember the name of it, but it starts with a triangle, and then you build up here, and you build up here, you build up here, you build up here, and it was
called "You Shall Not Pass."
It is not called that, but thank you. See, because like you start, this is the start, and then it'll come here, and I don't know, it just, I so badly wanted to make it that I jumped with what I had, and I don't feel that this yarn works for it. I mean, it does, but I think what I want to do is the Crazy Cat Lady made this. I am all whopper-jawed here. The Crazy Cat Lady made this cowl or infinity scarf, and it was really long, and she just knit in a tube and then connected it, and she could like wrap it around 3 times. It is beautiful. I love it, and I so badly want to make it because I mean I love knitting in the round on 16-inch needles. However, I do not want to buy the pattern. I know that sounds horrible, but I don't want to buy it. So what I was thinking about doing is making it with these minis, and then if I did that, I could make a pair of socks out of this, which I really, really want a pair of socks out of the neon crazy colors. Oh, and here's one of the minis. It was a straight black mini. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10-gram stripes around the whole thing and just go until I'm done. Then I have this long, crazy infinity scarf that I will probably wear all the time. And then I'll have 10 grams of each for my blanket. So I'm kind of thinking that's what I want to do, but I'm not positive. So if you have any suggestions, any ideas, please, please, please let me know down in the comments or DM me, or yeah, just give me some advice, peoples. This is craziness. So I honestly think now that I've talked, have you ever, I do this to Don so often, and bless his sweet little heart, he deals with it. He has no idea about, I've got Morticia hair everywhere. I feel like it's all over my face. So I will talk something through with him, and since I'm talking out loud, like things will pop into my head. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. So sometimes I just need to say the things out loud, because you can think all day in your head, but saying it out loud sometimes triggers different things. I'd like to know the actual psychology on that. That would be interesting to find out. But so I think now that I'm
sure if you really concentrated, there'd be a pattern to it.
I loves you. So, now that I've said it all out loud, I think that that's what I'm going to do. I am going to make the infinity scarf. I'll start with the Macy Cal numbers and just stripe them. Do 10-gram stripes. And if it's not long enough when I'm done with it, I'll just do the other, I'll double it. I'll use the other halves. But I think that's what I'm going to do because I love that idea, and it's big and crazy and loud, and I have a black coat. And I bought a black coat last year. Did I get my coat last year?
Got it in like September.
I got it last year because I desperately needed a new coat, and I got a black one specifically so that I could make all the hats and all the scarves and all the mitts and all the things, and it would match my coat. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm so sorry to keep rubbing my face. Oh, but this cat. She seems very cozy and comfy. However, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So I do think that's what I'm going to do. I might start that. I think I'm going to do my cowl. Finish that cowl and then just cast on this part. I think that's what I'm going to do. Problem solved. Thanks for helping. And then I got these 10-gram minis from a friend, and they're just the cutest. They're so random. I got that one, and they're different. They're different fibers too. Let me. I'm trying to remember where they were from, and I put the tag in. Of course, I've been moving this tag around for days, and then the time I want it, I can't find it. I'll put it in the down bar. But so I've got these two. I'm just gonna grab randomly. And then I love these two, and they're so soft. I think there's cashmere in these. But, so I had those. I think that possibly after my birthday, I will have to count, but there's 20 here. I've gotten 10 already. That makes 30, plus I think I had 60, 90. I'm getting really close to all the yarn I need for my blanket, and that makes me very happy because I was kind of freaking out because I didn't know if I knew I would have the yarn. I knew I would have the minis, whether they were gifted to me or my own from leftovers, but it made me very anxious not having it all. That's one of my biggest, what's the word? I think I need all the things, and I don't really need all the things at the same time. Don't, because when you do that, you do stuff like buying needles that you don't like. I'm not sure how I know this. Possibly experience. So there's that, and that's all my acquisitions and all my knitting stuffs. And This one's really long. And I was going to tell a story. It's a good thing you're cute. Okay, so I'm going to make the story quick. And I thought that it was only appropriate to tell this story since Sammy's birthday is tomorrow. I am going to put pregnancy, if anything like that triggers you or bothers you, great. I'll see you next time. Have a great one. But this story is kind of like the story of when I gave birth to Sam. I'm not going into detail, don't worry. But I was telling Dawn I was probably 4 months along. I was like, I'm having this baby early. I don't know why. And I don't know why I think that, but I'm having this baby early. And my mom goes, it's just because you're done being pregnant. Like, it's been 4 months. No, I just have this feeling that I'm going to have him early. And my due date with him was February 21st, which I thought was really cool because that was the day after my birthday. And Dawn went to absolutely every appointment with me without fail. And his work needed him or something. There was a reason that I think it's because of the doctor. I couldn't get into the doctor on the day that he had off.
It was because of the timing, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
exactly what it was.
Okay, that's what I thought. The doctor couldn't get me in on his days off. So I said, babe, it's not that big of a deal. I was down to the weekly appointments. So basically, they're going to check my belly, check my weight, see you tomorrow. Or see you next week. So my mom decided to take me. And my sister decided to go because we were going to go shopping afterwards. And I made an offhand comment when I was getting weighed to the nurse that he hasn't really been moving as much as he normally, he normally was like a little acrobat. He was playing soccer and hockey and all the sports and all the things because he would not stop. That kid was moving constantly. And so I mentioned it to her, not thinking anything of it, and they wheel me into the room, or they don't wheel me into the room. We walk into the room. She said, I'll be right back. And she starts wheeling equipment in. And I'm like, what's wrong? Is there something wrong? And they're like, no, we just, we want to check and see how he's moving and all that stuff. I said, okay, be real with me. What is going on? She said, we're going to hook you up to the monitor. And there's a certain amount of things and certain amount of movements that he has to make in the next 30 minutes. If he doesn't do that, we're going to do ultrasound for 30 minutes. If he doesn't do what he's supposed to in those 30 minutes, you're getting induced. And I was like, oh, okay. And this is the 6th or the 5th of February. I'm not due till the 21st. I'm like, oh, okay. We got this. And so I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs. My sister and mom go get something to drink. And I'm telling Dawn, I was like, baby, you know what this kid is going to do? He is going to wait to the very last minute. And he's going to do all his movements. And it's just going to be a big waste of time. I'm going to be here uncomfortable for absolutely no reason. So we go into the ultrasound. And my doctor's talking to me. And she's talking to me. And she's kind of, trying to get him to move around. And at about 29 minutes, she goes, all right, I'm calling it. Are you ready to have this baby? The one time Dawn did not go with me. The one time Dawn didn't go with me, I ended up getting induced. And it was so weird because my mom had to go back to get him. And we live about 30 minutes from the hospital. So my mom dropped me off at the hospital. And I'm like walking in there going, yeah, I'm here to have a baby. I'm not sure where to go because I wasn't supposed to go to the ER. And I got cut off. So I will make this really, really, really quick. So I'm walking into this hospital by myself going, oh my goodness, this is weird. I'm by myself. And I swear to God, it was the longest hour of my life. Because I'm getting in there. It was kind of nice though because, when they put you you know, get your IV in, get you undressed. You know, I didn't have anybody there. You know, I got to kind of, I got this, I can do this, you know, get myself right before everybody came. And poor Don, I could picture him just pacing. So I had Mr. Sam about 2-3 weeks early. My due date was the 21st, and I had him.
Days early.
How many?
16.
16 days.
If he was born on the 6th, then he was due on the 21st. That's 16 days, my dear.
I know, but that's math, and math is hard.
It's like reading a pattern.
No, it's not like reading a pattern. Thank you.
Oh, you're sorry.
You shush. So I knew I was gonna have him early, and by God I did, and I keep getting distracted. But so that is the story of me having Sam, and it sucked because it was right before COVID, which was really cool. But what sucked was there was like a flu scare, or there was something to where the hospital was closed down. Anybody under 14 couldn't come in. So I didn't get to see the big kids until I got home from the hospital. And they actually wanted us to stay 3 days because Sam's temperature wasn't where they wanted it to be.
It was his bilirubins.
It was his bilirubins. I'm so glad that you know and I don't. So his bilirubins weren't exactly where they wanted them to be, and I was like, no, I cannot stay here because we were supposed to have a big winter storm. And we did have the big winter storm, and it was ridiculous. And I am so glad that I talked my doctor into it. I was like, I will take him to Ephrata and get him checked like tomorrow or the next day, but I need to get home now or I won't. You're going to release me and I'm not going to be able to get home. So we came home, and well, that is that. So I may add some pictures of him when he was little, with the kids and stuff at the end of this video, but I'm not sure. And this has been a very long one, probably one of my longest, and I apologize for that. So thanks for sticking around if you've made it this far, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day.